Hello out there, comic book friends. I've had a little bit of a change in the way I collect, and I just felt like shooting a video. I haven't made one in quite a while. I'm at the process now where I want to kind of thin out my collection a little bit. Basically just stuff that I've got doubles of, and the books are kind of beat up. So I posted a bunch of them on eBay, and they're going to be selling today, so which is Sunday the 6th. By the time you see this, they'll probably be gone, but nothing spectacular. It's just a lot of doubles I had and books that I've upgraded, and these were in really low grade, and I never really bothered trying to sell them. But I was on eBay the other day, and I noticed that a lot of coverless books are selling. You know, somewhat keys, even just ordinary run books. I was really surprised at some of the prices, so I figured, you know, I got a bunch of them. I should probably just get rid of them. You know, the way prices are in books now, I need to get a little bit of a war chest so that I can buy something I like if it pops up either at a show or on eBay or whatever. So instead of having these things sit in my drawers, which, you know, the bottom ones down there were just full of these things, and I really kind of forgot what I had down there. So I went through and I pulled out a bunch of stuff, and here's some of the things that I'm selling on eBay. I hope this shows up. It's really bright outside, so I don't know how this is going to come across, but these are all coverless. I went through, bagged and boarded them, and listed them all for 99 cents. There was a day when, not too long ago, where I wouldn't sell anything. You know, I would very rarely sell something from my collection unless it was a double and I felt that it was worth posting it on eBay. I'm holding the camera up pretty high right now so you can see those, so I hope this is coming out okay. But I posted all this stuff, and some of it's going pretty good. I had a lot of these books that I bought at a local, it was like a little mom and pop deli. They used to have all these ones with the top of the cover ripped off them, and all the coverless ones I got there too. The coverless ones were a nickel. I think these ones might have been a dime. I'm not sure. I don't remember for sure. But you know, when you start collecting and you're 10 years old and you started collecting at 55 and this is 43 and you can get it for a nickel, man, you jump on it. So I've held on to these for years. There's really no need for me to hang on to these things anymore. There's Spider-Man from my original collection. Got some things cut out. I did that to a lot of the books. As you'll see, I'll show you some other ones. But these all have like centerfold pop or cover pop from the staple. There's more coverless. All this stuff I listed. Just about everything has a bid on it. Some stuff's going to go for 99 cents. Some of it's going for 50 bucks. Really, I just had no need to hang on to these anymore. Like I said, I normally would say, no, these are all part of my collection. I don't care if they're coverless or not. I remember buying them as a kid and loving them, and you know, would never think of selling them. But I guess the day has come where I'm just kind of looking at my collection a little differently. Here's one that's going pretty good. The first vision and a second vision. I don't know. I don't feel a need to hang on to it. Like a book like this, okay? That I bought off the stands when I first started collecting, and I absolutely love those books. I mean, to me, that's what a comic book was. Stan Lee and Jack Kirby and the Fantastic Four. And I loved them so much that I cut the little top out, and whoever happened to be the featured character that month got put up on my wall. By these posters, as a matter of fact. I had them all around these posters, so like all around the outside here, I would stick them to the wall. So unfortunately, a lot of my early books like that have all got that cut out of them. These are ones that I picked up. That's just a really low grade book. Covered, cut, more, whole bunch of different coverless books that I just devoured when I was younger. You know, these are all old to me, and I would get to see all the different stories, and didn't care that they were coverless. And they've sat in my collection for years, and now I'm like, you know, time for somebody else to enjoy them. I listed them for 99 cents, so it's not like I think I'm going to hit the pay dirt with them or anything. I just time to pass them on to somebody who's going to appreciate them more than I do at this point. So this is everything that I listed. Some of them there's 2 in a book, or 2 in a bag. Because I'm a cheapskate and I don't want to put 2 bags in there. But that's all those that I have listed. So I'm slowly starting to get rid of some of my things. If you watch my other videos, I did slab some books and was in a process of selling them. I sold some of them. Some I still have. Unfortunately, I missed the boat on Star Wars stuff. It was really expensive when I sent it in, and of course 6.5 months later it comes back from CGC and every single one of them dropped like 40% in price, but you know, it's cool. I still got them slabbed. They were my kids' books originally. Here is a book that was sent to me by one of my friends, Julian from Gotham Comics. We swapped a couple books back and forth, and here he says, Mike, when you told me you didn't collect Daredevil, I had to do something about it. This issue cover has one of my favorite characters as a guest star. Condition-wise, I think it meets your standards, which it does. It's at least an 8.0. Enjoy, be well. Let's Skype again soon. We've been Skyping back and forth, at least we had for a while there. But thank you, Julian. I hadn't gotten around to mentioning that in a video. Nice book, real nice. And it's funny, I told him, no, I don't really collect Daredevil. And then when I went to put the book away, I go into my little drawers here, and Daredevil goes from like here all the way there. So I probably got about 50 Daredevil books, but I don't actively seek them out and collect them. Here's an interesting thing. This is from, let's see that, all right. From the Attic Find collection that I got from my dad's friend. This book was in there. Okay, it's from 1949, and it's coverless, and I just posted it. My dad's friend, Dick Bellani, unfortunately just passed away recently. One of my favorite people in the world. He's the one that gifted me the Attic Find. Excellent guy. Had nothing to do with him giving me the comic books. He's one of my favorite people in the world, and he still is. Just a wonderful guy. Great sense of humor, and he's one of those guys that knew something about everything. He knew how to fix cars, he knew how to build houses, he knew how to do everything. And whenever he had a problem, as well, let's call Dick and see what he says. So anyway, this book was in with the Attic Find. Now he told, which didn't really go with all the other books that were in there. They were all from the early 60s through about 64 or so. And he told me, he goes, you know, me and my brother had a bunch of books when we were kids in the 40s. And he said, I'm going to go, next time I go home, I'm going to go to my mom's house and look, because somebody I think somebody in the family kept that house. And he goes, I'm going to go up in the attic and see if I can find him. Well, he went up there and everything was gone. But this kind of proves that, yeah, they did collect stuff in the 40s. This somehow got brought up to his house in the Buffalo area, and, you know, cover got ripped off it and everything. But at one time he must have had some really good Golden Age stuff in there. But rest in peace, Dick. Great man, great friend, good friend of our family. So I recently went in the fall to a show in Rochester run by Mike, Patrick's friend. Luther Manning from Rochester, New York, and his friend Mike, who now has a YouTube page, The Collective. Check that out. He's got a bunch of good stories on there. And I'm going to be selling some books there this summer. They have another show coming up in the summer. I've never done that before. Never been a quote, finger quote, dealer. But it's time, I think, for me to just get some of my little bit better books and sell them. Doubles that I've held on to and things that would go to show. So along those lines, I don't know if you can see those or not very good. You probably can. All that's packing material back there that I'm going to use tonight to start packing up everything that sells. But I have gone through my collection and pulled out tons of stuff, just that I've acquired over the years. All different kinds of stuff. A lot of DC that I bought off the stands. Pricing it low. Prices it, if you can focus on any of these prices, I don't know if that's what they're going to sell for. A lot of them are just $1. I'm just going to price them to get rid of them. I'm at the point where I want to consolidate a little bit. This, I believe, is from the Attic Find. Yes, it is. That's one that's just never sold. when I did sell some of them. You know, stuff I picked up along the way in the 80s and 90s. I would every once in a while grab something off the stands. Mike from the Collective pressed this book for me. Came out really nice. Just doubles that I've had. A couple years ago I was specking on this book, which I don't do anymore. That's a beautiful book. It's probably by 9.6. These are all doubles from my collection. You know, stuff like this that I've held on to. Why have I held on to this stuff? You know, it was always hard for me to get rid of stuff, and now it isn't. To the point where I just want to have a little more consolidated collection. It's not like I'm like, oh my god, I got too much crap, I got to get rid of it. It's just that I don't really see a need to keep all these things in my collection anymore. 35 years from now when I pass away, it'll make it easier for my kids to get rid of it, I think, and less likely to get ripped off if there's just a smaller collection with really high grade stuff in it, all that Marvel stuff that I collect. Just, you know, various books that I've collected throughout the years and never got around to selling. And this was with my NYX when that first came out. Where'd that book go? I had, what, 2, 3, and 5, I think. I slabbed 3, the big one, and that got a 9.8, so that book I'm going to try to sell there, but we'll see. In no hurry to sell stuff. I mean, if I get rid of these, great. It's another high-grade book. It's just a variety of stuff, and I have them all crammed in those drawers down there, and I'm like, you know what, I should just get rid of this stuff. Some of it's really nice that I just bought recently. I don't know how that got in there. There's the other NYX. Nice books. They're probably 9.6s, 9.8s. This stuff I was buying, specking on when all the new Avengers came out. Oh, way overpaid for these books. I was probably paying, I don't know, 30, 40 bucks for these when they came out. All these variant covers are really cool, but man, I overpay for those bad boys. Again, more stuff from my original collection that I upgraded. Haven't gotten around to selling. Stuff I pick up along the way. That one I bought off the stands. I briefly followed Kirby over to DC when he went to DC. I like these, but I just didn't, I don't know. I couldn't buy DC, it wasn't in my blood. Some nice stuff, you know, some of it's good, some of it's got detached staples, some of it's nice. That's actually a nice book there. This is a hard book to find in high grade. And that's pretty, I got that at 8.5, so that's pretty nice. And when I first came back to collecting, I got all kinds of Ultimate Spider-Man. I got so many double. These are all doubles. I'm keeping all my original stuff. This stuff is all 9.6, 9.8. You know, I picked them up off the stands and would search through and get the best copies. And if I didn't like the copies at a particular store, I would go to another store and pick up 2 or 3 copies of everything. Absolutely love this title. I've got a lot in there. I mean, there's tons of books in there. Of course, they're all in order because I'm a run collector. And some other stuff. Ultimate X-Men doubles, not too many of them. I was just buying those singly. Ultimate 6, I like that. That was pretty cool. And Ultimate Fantastic Four, that was a good series too. I really like that one. So here's another one from the Attic Find. I gifted one of these to Julian from Gotham Comics. Here's another one. That's Attic Find. Got the 15-cent sticker on it. You know, nice books. These are probably like very good to good. Maybe a VG or 2 in there. Another book when I cheated and went to DC. That's an Attic Find book. You know, I have them. They're not in my collection. I mean, I don't consider them a big part of my collection. So why would I hang on to that book? You know, I can make $10 off it and, you know, sell all these books, and you know, I know I'm not going to sell them all, obviously, but sell a quarter of them, make a couple $100, and buy something that I want. Books that I bought along the way 10 years ago. You know, this one I won from Brain Teaser. Silver Age Surfer. I can't remember what his original title was. He had some kind of contest signed by Jim Aparo. I'll say his name right. I think I won 2 of these. There's Nolan, Hannah, Dixon. Signed by them. Nice books. Very nice books, as a matter of fact. Do have COAs with them. Other stuff I picked up. So all this stuff, these I picked up myself off the stand. Went back and found some Kirby stuff. Bought those. Unfortunately, it isn't Kirby art inside. It's just on the cover. And this is stuff I was buying when my son was collecting, 15 years ago. And he doesn't really care about them now. I got that one from a yard sale. Some of these, like I said, some are beat up. These last couple ones are beat up. Some of them are okay. And there's a bunch of different stuff. And I got a bunch of Superman, just pricing the stuff really low just to get rid of it. A lot of this stuff isn't even bagged. There's some bagged. Those are all from the Attic Find. This is from the Attic Find. God knows where that came from. Attic Find, Attic Find, Attic Find, Attic Find. So just a whole bunch of stuff that I've acquired, and I'm going to be getting rid of them. So I'm slowly. There's a couple of nice books there. It's 43. That's a tough one to get an 8 or above, and you got to pay for it. And there's a Spider-Man that I had Mike press for me. Just some various stuff in there. So I'm just kind of changing the way I do things. I'm going to slowly thin the herd out. And I haven't bought a book in quite a while because the prices are high. You go on eBay and everything's buy it now, just about. But that's kind of where I'm at. So thanks for stopping in. Listen to me ramble for a few minutes. Take care, everybody.